Assalamualaikum. My name is Aina Shazwana binti Abdul Rahman. My matric number 1193033. Today, our group will be presenting about religious pluralism in Malaysia. I will start by presenting the introduction. In the current era of globalization, there are many ideas pertaining to social life that struggle for individual rights and equitable rights in society. One of the ideas that have existed in Malaysia in relation to this topic is pluralism. When liberalism corrupts the Muslim community perspective, pluralism flourishes in Malaysia. A philosophy known as religious pluralism seeks to defend the existence of multiple religions as well as the assertion that each makes regarding the truth of its own religion. This idea, which originated in the West, has drawn interest from all around the world since the turn of 20th century.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Izzah binti Muhyiddin. My matric number is 1193029. Next is problem statement. Religious pluralism is not a new phenomenon in Malaysia. According to Majlis Agama Islam Selangor, the concept of religious pluralism forced Muslims to accept that Islam is one of the true faiths without simultaneously rejecting the truth of other religions. A research by Hussaini defined that this pluralism concept is being used to put pressure on the Muslim community to be open and recognize the truth of other religions. Majlis Agama Islam Selangor state that religious pluralism is a huge danger to Muslim community and must be prevented in order to avoid undermining Muslim faiths in Malaysia. In reality, the study by Helmi, Saleh and Abdul Rahman claims that the argument over religious pluralism continues this day, including the topic of religious freedom, which is chanted by proponents of this ideology such as Sister in Islam.
Research question. Number 1 is, what is the historical emergence of religious pluralism? Number 2 is, what is the doctrine and propagation methods of religious pluralism? And number 3, what are the methods of recovery in terms of law techniques from society, individuals and families? Research objective. Firstly, to know the historical emergence of religious pluralism. Secondly, to find out the doctrine and propagation methods of religious pluralism. And thirdly, to explore the methods of recovery in terms of law techniques from society, individuals and family.
Okay, my name is Karut Merah binti Badaruddin. My matric number is 1193034 and I will continue the presentation about the historical emergence of religious pluralism in Malaysia. Plurality is generally known as the foundation for preserving a nation's diversity. Malaysia's religious diversity has resulted in religious pluralism. As social scientists define, it comprises major religions of the world such as Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Chinese, Hinduism, Taoism, Sikhism and others to manage religious diversity and maintain social harmony. Malaysia's religious diversity has resulted in religious pluralism. Religious pluralism emerged in Malaysia in the late 20th century from the Indonesian liberalism movement. As a result, it is still new and unknown to many Malaysians. The Indonesian liberalism movement significantly impacted the early development of religious pluralism in Malaysia. Even though the term liberalism is not used, the influence of liberalism can be seen in Malaysia's liberalism movement. Malaysian Consultative Council of Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism and Sikhism, MCCB-CHS, was a founder to the liberalism movement in Malaysia when the slogan Interfaith Dialogue was introduced. This slogan resulted in a religious pluralism ideology according to Wahab 2017. It is important to know that the supporter of religious pluralism also liberal theologians such as John Hay, Paul Natter, and Leonard Swindler in the Western context. Toha claimed that philosophy entered the Islamic world through the writing of Western Muslim thinkers like Abdul Yahya and Nuruddin Ahmad. Even though they spoke of the perennial philosophy on the transcendent unity of religion, this idea might contribute to forming the philosophy of religious pluralism. Religious pluralism in Malaysia, also promoted by non-governmental organizations such as Konrad Adenauer Foundation (KAF), Malaysian Interfaith Network, Sister in Islam, MCCBCHS, and others. This organization is also play a significant role in promoting religious pluralism in Malaysia. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Doctrine is the foundation of teaching in a specific field of education or belief structure. The term doctrine often refers to a group of theological beliefs propagated by religion. According to Wong, pluralism emphasizes that the truth does not belong to one religion only, which is obviously contradictory to the Quran. Hence, confusion arises from believing that the truth is not absolute and that truth cannot belong to any religion. This is in contrast to Islamic Aqidah, which acknowledge Islam as the only true religion in the sight of Allah. Only one religion has a clear and thorough revelation, which is Islam. Religious pluralism does not just simply tolerate the diversity of religions. In reality, religious pluralism includes leveling the truth in all religions, since every religion represents a different way to the same truth. One of the propagation methods for promoting religious pluralism's teaching is through social media. People all over the world often use social media to communicate. There are a few blogs and online news that promote religious pluralism. Among them is Malaysia Kini, the Malay Mail Online, Malaysian Insider, and so on. They spread their ideology by posting articles about Islam according to their points of view. Faisal Tehrani, for example, published his article Tahfiz Jalan Pendek ke Surga in the Malaysia Kini portal in 2017. Non-governmental organizations also play a crucial part in spreading the doctrine of religious pluralism. Malaysian Interfaith Network is a non-governmental organization that promotes this doctrine. MIN has over 20 affiliate organizations including IKD, Sister in Islam, Malaysian Council of Churches, Rotary Club, and many more. For example, IKD. Through IKD, young intellectual thinkers were established. One of them is Open Dialogue Center. Various speeches, seminars, sports shop, and other events have been held in collaboration with these organizations.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rohani binti Muhammad Zawawi, metric number 1193026. Now, I will be presenting about methods to do rehabilitation from the point of law, society, individual, and family.
First of all, according to Merriam-Webster, rehabilitation is an action, process, or result of rehabilitating or of being rehabilitated, and is divided into three conditions to understand it, which is the first, restoration, especially by therapeutic means to an improved condition of physical function. This rehabilitation refers to if a person needs surgical treatment to restore him to his former state. Second, the process of restoring someone, such as a criminal, to a useful and constructive place in society. And lastly, the restoration of something damaged to a prior good condition.
The establishment of some active religious pluralism movements in Malaysia has resulted to a departure from the fundamental principles of Islamic thought. So, the best methods to rehabilitate religious pluralism by providing laws. According to Wahab, Abidin, Hamad, Muhammadi, and Jalil 2022, this core aims to increase strict legal action from Islamic religious authorities against individuals or groups involved in any deviant teachings. Next, the threat of religious pluralism ideology can be avoided if the society truly understands the Aqidah and Sharia taught by the Quran and Sunnah. If they already know and comprehend the pure teachings of Islam, they will have no trouble dealing with threat from Islam's enemies who are always attempting to deceive us. However, Yunan Abdul Samad said The best way to prevent being influenced by pluralism is to understand Aqidah, Fiqh and Tasawwuf based on the Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah framework. This understanding can be overcome if you fully understand the meaning of the words Aqidah, Fiqh and Tasawwuf, which are advocated in line with Ahli Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And last but not least, individuals and groups who are spread this understanding need to be advised, including family members. If they continue to do so, they need to be followed up with legal action. I think that's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter.
As a conclusion, Islam places a strong focus on Tawhid as the foundation of truth, proving that it is distinct from other religions and that Allah is distinct from those of other faiths. They are safe from being impacted by this mindset by the exposure and awareness of the faith instilled in every Muslim. Thus, Muslims are not allowed to subscribe to this idea of religious pluralism, despite it being promoted in the name of promoting global will.